Okay, a very good morning, students. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so an important webinar has been arranged for you today, which is being headed by Miss Shreya Roy, ma'am. We are extremely privileged and honored for your today's session, ma'am. Now, I am going to introduce her. Miss Shreya Roy, ma'am, presently holds important positions in the Doctor On Call Private Limited, Gurugram, Haryana, as operations executive and HR generalist. And I hope that you all will be benefited and enriched by her today's session. Okay, over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Mr. Orkun. Hi, everyone. Good morning. I hope all of you are doing well. Okay. So today we are going to talk about telemedicine in rural health. Our company, that is Doctor On Call Private Limited, is mainly focused on women-centric patients. Now, first of all, when we talk about telemedicine, what we think about is high tech stuff. For example, using a lot of computers and lot of internet. But honestly, working in a telehealth consultation, I have personally understood that it is actually user friendly. So telemedicine usually needs four types of application: the basic mode of communication like video, audio, text, and timing. That is, once the information has reached the doctor, how long it takes for the doctor to get back to the patients. And then is the purpose of consultation. One is first time consultation, and then there's another follow up consultation. These are two basic types. And then there's interaction between individuals, like for example, doctor to patients, doctor to doctor. When I say doctor to doctor, it means transferring, or suppose one patient has taken consultation and also taken treatment from one doctor, wants to shift for a second consultation to another doctor, so the transfer of medical history and everything else takes place. So that is the time maybe one registered medical practitioner can connect with another medical practitioner. Okay. Now let's talk about a little bit about Doctor On Call, what we do in our company. It's a first hand experience, so I'll be discussing about that only mostly. First of all, our company is actually a microfinance company oriented company. Like microfinance is a company which distributes very tiny loans to the needy. Our main customer focus is tier 2 and tier 3 cities, mostly slum area people. So what we do is we provide very small loans to women, and so that they pay the loan back, we keep a guarantor. That could be their husband, their brother, their sister, even their children. So these customers, what we do at the time of registration for the loan, we take a little bit amount for an entire year or 1.5 year or 2 years, and then we give them the medical facility. That is, R is primary healthcare, because see, telemedicine, it has to be kept in mind, telemedicine services can never be used for emergency services. It is not like we have, even we had a line of product, hospi cash, so we could not. It is not possible for telemedicine to be taken a hold of emergency care. So it's basically primary healthcare and maybe secondary healthcare, because we, like the doctors, they look into the reports, and we also have another line, that is cancer care specialist. So even secondary care can be taken into account. Now these customers, what they do, they call us, and our doctors, they attend to them, and then maybe we see, basic we use is telephonic calls, and then we maybe ask them to send us some reports on WhatsApp. That is the only technology we use, and we send them SMS or text for the medicine list. That is the only thing we need. So our main focus, if we say like why is telemedicine needed in this, see, we are all facing COVID and the harsh reality of COVID. So telemedicine, when we anything that is based out of your house is becoming difficult to do in today's world, where COVID has taken such a big impact on our life. We cannot go out of our house randomly and get a checkup from a physician. It takes lots of, like, if in general times we would go to a doctor, it would have taken hardly 1 hour, 2 hour to get to the doctor. Actually, you have first come first serve basis. But now when we enter a hospital, it takes 1 hour just to get the registration, that is sanitation is there, and you will have to do the temperature check and everything else. So it is a waste of time as well. So online basic basis, everything today is becoming an online basis program. So that is why the highlight is anything that requires maybe telehealth or telecommunication, anything. So the benefit basically our company looks after is customer satisfaction, goodwill, and more loan distribution. For example, if our customer, if they have any, we attend to very minor issues like fever, stomach ache, backache, rashes, allergies. So even though allergy cannot be treated, like honestly speaking, our company is facing lots of problem treating allergies, because we ask them to send the photos, and only then we realize how much difficult it is to recognize the allergy. The general physician or the family physician that we have actually has to have an HD photo just to understand what is going on with the skin. So then we also provide them free medicines as well. So because we believe telemedicine is the new beginning of this era. Not it has been, actually it has been in India for a very long time, but it has taken a very big turn for the last 2 3 years. Honestly speaking, Doctor on Call is one of the, I think, third companies to come up with telemedicine, and now is the time we are getting recognized for our services. So India's actually telemedicine initiative has a very big potential to reach out to people, but the problem is, see, there are pros and cons to everything. Pros to telemedicine is there is no transportation issue. Like, nobody has to travel from one place to another until and unless it's a very, as I said, emergency basis. And cross infection, there's no chances for cross infection. There's no time wastage. Once you reach the doctor, the doctor gets back to you immediately. And if you have proper services based out of your company, they will provide you with medicines as well, just the way we do, and radiological services sometimes. And the cons of telemedicines are many: duplication of records, and maybe just like timeliness is a advantage for telemedicine, it can be a disadvantage also. Sometimes there are many network issues. There are many, like, the doctor might not be very user friendly, as in might not be able to use the technology very well. And also telemedicine or telehealth for that matter actually expands and improves the quality of rural healthcare and everything else, but awareness among people is very, very less. People are not really aware. Like, for example, we have almost 15 lakh customers, but each day we get calls, hardly 20 to 30 customers call us. Lack of awareness. They do not know where to call. They do not know where to, who is the first point of contact. How do we go to talk to doctors? They are very, very scared to reach out to people. So we have our branch managers actually explaining them ki if you have any issue, you take this number and you call here, you will get services. But then lack of communication, adaptability is a very, very big issue. So I don't think I have anything much more to say. So if people have any questions, so you can just ask me. I think Mr. Thorpon, is there
Thank you,
anything?
ma'am. And
Yeah.
if students, if you have any queries, please feel free to ask. If you have any questions. Ronmoy, Rimita, Joita. Is it clear for you all?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Shreya ma'am, our two faculty members are also present in the session, Mr.
Okay.
Shaugato Banerjee sir and Ms. Debotri Das ma'am.
Hello, hello.
So, sir and ma'am, if you want to say something to ma'am, you can please.
Very good morning. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yeah. So, ma'am, so it's a great pleasure, and really on behalf of JNIT and JI School, and really we are feeling very honored to have you. And really, as you have briefed about the telemedicine and how prominent they are playing right now in this turbulent moments, and it's giving a savior for many people, especially the in our country, totally near the skirts of our country, and really where our population is totally based in rural areas, and how your company and how all the telemedicine things, as we all know, is helping. And thank you so much for enlightening us what is the process. And though we know this, the inception of telemedicine is in 90s, 1990s or something, 64 I hope so in US. So if I'm not wrong, you know better than. So then till now, uh, it's becoming prominent day by day, and down the line it will be a protagonist medium for to conduct this medical service. And definitely, and we'll be learning a lot, and we'll be adapting each and everything we're adapting. One student was asking me previously that, so when we used to go to the hospitals, so is it that touch, that the chemistry between doctor and the seeker, it will be demeaned, or it will be neglected somehow. And what you think about it, that the chemistry between the whether that that touch, that invisible touch, what always that aura that always comes when we sit, when we are in an offline mode. So what do you think? It will be perish in our, I'll not say next new normal, but the next normal what we'll be going to have. So do you think it will be affecting that thing, or building up the chemistry between doctors and these health seeker?
Mr. Shogato, just to address your concern, it is true. The touch that, not only the touch, the connection between the doctor and the patient is actually missing. Like, for example, when we speak to our general physicians, they themselves, professionally, they themselves miss that. If a patient needs to be counseled, if a patient needs to be attended to emotionally, they are not able to do that over phone. Same with the patient itself, since they are, see, when a less educated or a tier 2 tier 3 city, that is the slum area patient, goes to the doctor, they are like, डॉक्टर मैम जो बोलेगी हम लोग वो करेंगे, डॉक्टर मैम जो दवाई देगी हम वो करेंगे, but over phone they are not able to see what the doctor is saying or what the doctor, and honestly how well educated the physician may be or the specialist may be, they cannot speak in English, and they cannot speak, they have to speak in their language, which becomes again another problem or the issue for the doctor concerned. Okay, so the issue is, of course, is very very highlighted that the respect generally that the patient has and the blind faith that the patient has just by looking at the doctor in front of them physically present is missing. That is one issue everybody says, and that is why we have come up with the video consultation as well. Telehealth is all about video, audio, text, right? So that is why I think video consultation is much more useful than an audio consultation, but the issue again remains that they do not have that. Maybe everybody like, at least the customers we attend to, they everybody do not own a phone which supports WhatsApp or video call. So this is a very pressing concern. That is the connection between the doctor and the patient is actually like lagging behind. Because of which, what happens is, whatever doctor prescribes, we have to keep following up with them, whether they are listening to that or not. Like it's not always कि हाँ डॉक्टर ने जो कहा है हम वो कर रहे हैं, because डॉक्टर फोन पे बोले हैं तो they do not take it very very seriously, because these people are very very busy. They are farmers, some are auto rickshaw drivers, and they are like, when they, I have seen the change, right? We also go for campaigns and everything, so I have seen the change. They sit in front of the doctor very very scared and very very like out of respect, maybe not scared exactly. They sit in front of the doctor, and whatever the doctor says, however the doctor says, they do it. Whatever medicine they are told to take, they take it. But over phone they are not able to maybe get that maybe they do not get that connection, they do not feel that connection with the doctor, so it is a pressing concern. Maybe there might be some other solution to this in future.
Hoping for the best, ma'am. Thank you so much for giving this information, and
Thanks.
hoping for the best. That pat, you have someone just in your bag, just pat. Okay, kuch nahi hoga, sab theek ho jayega. That the thing with that empathy when they speak, and that the thing if we implement on that, and I think everything will be get completed. Because if you are mentally fit, then I think 50% you get cured.
Of course,
So
of course.
thank you so much. Thank you so much,
Thank you,
ma'am.
thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, am I audible to you?
Yes, yes.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for sharing this kind of topic with our students, because nowadays this topic is very much relevant for the healthcare societies. So thank you for being on last, and Tarpon sir, thank you for bringing such an inspiring. Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
You're audible, ma'am.
And sir, thank you for bringing such an inspiring mentor guide for our students, who is sharing such a relevant topic to our students, sir. Thank you.
Welcome, welcome. Okay, thank you so much, ma'am, for your esteemed today's session. And I hope that our students really enjoyed the session and got a clear picture about the topic elaborated by you.
Thank you so
And
much
I
for
also
having me.
hope that you will get your presence in future.
Of course,
And
of course.
okay. And that's okay. Thus I conclude today's session. Thank you all. Have a happy Sunday. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you much. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much. Thank you so much for having me.